Some tougher questions that we like to ask at the end of the interview. Tell us a little bit about your retention rate. And I understand Savvy is a newer firm.
We've been very fortunate, built a fantastic platform. 100% of advisors have stayed. No one has voluntarily just left Savvy to date.
Excellent. What is a success story you could speak to with one of your advisors?
There's so many. I'll pick one actually. Ones that moved over in 2022. So right when we were launching, first month he was able to come in, and between the beginning of 2023 to the end, he's doubled his book of business. And the way that he's approached it, he's very methodical, analytical. Is At his previous firm, he was adding maybe about a million, less than a million in AUM on average every month. At Savvy, that rate has effectively doubled, and he's been able to measure his time and where he's spending it. He actually found that the biggest limitation to growth was just that he was spending so much time doing what we call his middle and back office tasks. So now he's actually measured and says it's actually takes him less than 50%. Truly, the stat he told me actually just yesterday was, some so and so task per client would take me an hour and a half at the previous firm. At Savvy, on a bad day, it takes me 45 minutes. On a good day, it's even less. It kind of just stacks that time savings. And he says, I go and I'm able to go and prospect clients and get more just because I have way more time to do that. That is a case study, successful case study. He's growing like no other.
So, if an advisor is doing due diligence on a firm and I'm coaching them through the process, I normally encourage them to pick up the phone and cold call some of your advisors with the goal of finding some success stories like you just told, and then some stories where it didn't work out for the advisor. Are there any you could share at this time? And again, I understand you guys are a newer firm. There might not be any yet.
It's a good question. Nothing that comes to mind. I think really the only thing that I could say is that in the very early days, when in early 2022, the platform was new. There was a few hiccups, but that's about it. I mean, our success rates on transitioning and all the tooling and all of that has just been, absolutely stellar for a year and a half now. But I think we worked through them and got through the growing pains.
Excellent. Two more questions. Do you currently have a capital partner?
We do. We are venture capital backed, and they are either minority shareholders, and they're very trusting of us. They're hands off. They have 10 to 15 year life cycle funds, and this is really important because when we're starting the firm. One of the important parts was electing to find the right capital partner that could actually support a very long term vision. We didn't want to go with a more traditional 4 year private equity firm where they're expecting a 4 year return because that puts unnecessary pressure on just very short term outcomes. So the venture capital partners we work with, 15-year life cycle firms, very hands off, trusting of us in terms of what we know what to do best. And they support us in many, many different ways, whether it's, advice needed on the business operations side, helping with recruiting, helping with, related to the product and kind of solving some problems internally. But they're basically supporting when we go and ask, which is the perfect thing that we need in a capital partner.
Then the natural follow up to that is what is the exit strategy for Savvy?
We get the question a lot. The uh, the best way to put this, and just bear with me on this story here, is prior to starting Savvy, the reason we started was we found that this was a very unique opportunity and an acute pain point in the industry, right? Where we felt that there was a lot of these renditions where technology was trying to eliminate the financial advisor with the robo advisors, et cetera, out there. And that's what wealth tech or the kind of the 2010s version of wealth tech became. We felt that actually is the wrong approach. And if you think about it, the market is so wide in terms of how many financial advisors are out there, yet they're so underserved with the technology and from a firm level that really acutely solves their pain points and makes them far more effective. And that was kind of our thesis. And we, based on that, we from day one, basically said this is such a big opportunity that we have the ability to build a long lasting, enduring, sustainable business that we can go and take public one day. And that continues to be the goal. We're on that journey, hyper growth right now. And we do think that the opportunity is so compelling as we continue to build the firm out that one day the exit opportunity here is to, well, go take the company public and keep it running.
Excellent. Riddick, where can viewers and listeners find out more information about Savvy Wealth?
You can, many different ways. Savvywealth.com, a lot of information there. You can find us on LinkedIn on Savvy Wealth. We'll post regularly on there. Anyone wants to talk about learning more about Savvy, reach out to me directly. Riddick, that's RITIK at savvyvault.com. I'm always happy to chat. Many folks on our team are happy to chat. We love doing this, and we want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to learn more.